farm, family, community. This is Midwest Farm Weekly.
Good morning and welcome to Midwest Farm Weekly. I'm Elaine Wells, coming to you from the WPS Farm Show in Oshkosh. Our entire show is going to be on location at this great event that brings thousands of people together as the official kickoff to spring season here in Wisconsin. Matt Cullen is joining me from WPS, longtime organizer of this event. Matt, what a great turnout for this show.
Absolutely. It's been great to see everyone here on the EAA grounds in Oshkosh and going through all the different hangars, all of the outdoor spaces, getting a chance to see the latest technology, the products, the equipment, the innovations that have made their way to the agricultural industry.
I think somebody could have come for all 3 days and not seen all of it because you really pack in a lot of diversity.
You know, I struggle to get to everything over the course of the 3 days, and I'm here every day. So there really is a lot to see and do when you come down to the WPS Farm Show. We have approximately 400 exhibitors that are here from 19 different states, as well as companies from across the United States and Canada that are taking part in this year's show, displaying everything from robotic milking technology to precision planting equipment, the large farm machinery that's always present at the WPS Farm Show, but new innovations and old favorites as well. So it's a great opportunity for farmers and exhibitors to connect with one another.
And a good chance for your team to connect with farmers. We know how busy things can get. Why is it important for WPS to be updating farmers on certainly their usage around their farm, things that they might not have thought of to improve not only their efficiency but their bottom line?
You know, two things that are a key focus for us at WPS are to help our customers use energy safely and as well as efficiently as well. And this show is a great opportunity for us to do that specifically with our farm customers. We know how difficult it can be to schedule time away from the farm, to schedule time away from normal operations. So while they're here at the WPS Farm Show, checking out items that they may want to add to their farm, it's a great chance for them to talk with us and our agricultural services department, talk about ways that they're using energy on their farms. If they're planning any sort of upgrades or renovations, let us help them schedule that time with them to talk about those things so we can see what opportunities there are for them to use energy more efficiently, and if they are planning those upgrades, see if there's a chance to upgrade their electrical system if it hasn't been done in a number of years.
Well, you have been a wonderful host for Midwest Farm Weekly. You've given us a great tour and certainly fed us plenty while we've been here at the WPS Farm Show. I want to turn now to Sean Tim, who is here from Vantage North Central. Sean, introduce us to your business.
Hello, I'm Sean from Vantage North Central. I'd like to pass along a big thank you to WPS for putting on this show. They do a great job every year.
Talk to me a bit about what your business offers for farmers.
So we offer precision ag products. We do GPS guidance, planter control, section control, fertilizer, control for rate. Obviously, with the cost of fertilizer now, it's more and more important to be precise with your application. So it is overall just a good time to be able to interact with them, to think about new projects, talk about the future. Obviously, with equipment being not always readily available, sometimes planning is important to make sure that things are ready for the springtime for them to go.
When we're looking at margins of farming, we know that they can be tight, and sometimes the difference of 1% accuracy over a lot of acres can make a big difference, and that's where your team comes in.
Absolutely. Those dollars add up really quick. 5%, on a small farm is a small number, exactly like what you said. So yes, while our products, aren't necessarily cheap, they do pay back, and there's, other intrinsic value that come along with operator, ease of operation of the equipment.
And I think it's important to note farms of all sizes can benefit from these tools.
Absolutely. I mean, we have options for many different manufacturers of equipment, in all ranges from a beginner setup to a very advanced, setup for planter, fertilizer, seed. It's really endless.
Well, we appreciate you chatting with us today. We'll let you get back to what I'm sure is a busy booth here at the WPS Farm Show. We're going to get it on our calendar for next year because we are having so much fun. Matt, we look forward to making that announcement when those dates are ready as well for our viewers. Thanks again for your hospitality.
Absolutely. Thank you for being here.
All right, more Midwest Farm from the WPS Farm Show is coming up right after this break. Welcome back to Midwest Farm Weekly. As we continue to move around the WPS Farm Show, there are a few booths that get people to kind of stop in their tracks, one of those being GIA Technologies. I'm joined by James here. People always love to see robotic milking in action.
Yeah, robotics is an exciting new phase of dairy farming today, and one of the benefits of robotics and electronics in general is really enhancing productivity on dairies, both from the labor efficiency standpoint and really the improvements that we see in cow health and management and milk quality.
Speaking of improvements, robotics have made quite a few of them since their introduction, actually a few generations ago now. Let's talk about some of the things you pride yourself in when it comes to this system.
Sure. Behind us we have a box-style robotic milking system, and again, it really lends to the productivity that we're looking for on a dairy for better cow health, when an animal can milk on her own schedule and take care of herself. And really a dairyman can see a lot of productivity and milk quality improvements by using a machine like this.
And you try to take out some of the intimidation factor for your farmers. They are able to pretty easily work on these units and get back up to milking if something does go wrong.
Right, so one of the critical factors of using this type of technology is keeping it up and running. So we use a service module that a dairyman can pull out of the back of this machine and put a new one in to keep the machine up and running. It really improves, again, the amount of animals and productivity that a dairyman can achieve on a farm.
And often we think of robotics in a little bit smaller setting, maybe a few units on a farm, but you can also apply this in a rotary.
That's exactly right. So the same concept is used on a bigger scale on a rotary platform. Again, gives the dairyman the ability to really control the milk process, but also control the serviceability, having 40 or 50 robots on his dairy.
Talk to me about what else consumers are excited about while visiting your booth here at the show.
Yeah, the other thing probably is just in the technology side is tag management that we use on cows. It's kind of like the Fitbit for a dairy cow, and we really can monitor a cow, make sure that her well-being is taken care of, she's productive, and it allows for a lot of labor efficiencies managing a large group of animals.
All right, we're talking also about managing your herd with maybe fewer people or less hours for those people to spend with Automatic. Lester is here, first-time exhibitor here at the WPS Farm Show, coming all the way from Canada. Welcome to you.
Well, thank you. It's great to be in the States here.
Yeah, introduce us to the concept of your business.
Yeah, so it's actually born off the farm. I used to milk up till about 5 years ago, and then we had to weigh out whether we can spend more time in the barn or spend more time with the product. The product, I always say, is selling itself. I'm not a salesman. The product is the sales, and I'm the man that stands beside it.
For people who didn't get a chance to visit your booth, walk us through how this works and the animals specifically that it's designed to help with.
Yep, so we started out with calves, but it also will do small animal ruminants of sheep and goats. We can feed up to 100 calves, typically, calves, and then also up to 1,000 animals for sheep and goats with one unit. Approximately 100,000 for both those systems. Labor savings, return on investment can be as close as 2.5 years for return over investment. So it's robotics. I like building it for durability. It has to be user-friendly, not so complicated that the farmer walks away from it, and yet enough robotic that it is a labor saver. So that's what we're trying to offer. And then also just the sheer joy of working with people. So far, everybody who has a larger system in place also has my cell number, and I'm okay with that. I like working with people.
Talk to me about the consistency that this product can offer farmers. We know how much animals like things to be the same, and this really allows a producer to have even more control.
Yeah, so consistency is extremely important in my opinion. For the calves especially, milk temperature and feeding time of day. So you can feed typically twice a day, 5 days a week, you can do a good job. Most farms I see the weekend throws in a big wrench. This system will, without complaint, just continue right through the weekend. Calves are fed very close to the same time of day, every day, same temperature. We can monitor milking speed, we can monitor residual milk. If they're not emptying it, we have different, just simple programs to keep on top of that, to see which calves are feeling well and which ones aren't.
Well, congratulations on your growing business. And once again, the WPS Farm Show proving its 60-plus year history that this is the place to come to see new technology on display.
Well, Jeremy Hansen here from Fox Valley Technical College for Life on the Farm. And joining me today is Kevin Vosters. Kevin, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Oh, my pleasure.
You know, Kevin, you are with Fox Valley Tech. Can you tell me a little bit about what you do, or what's your title at Fox Valley Tech?
Sure. My title's admission specialist. I help students get enrolled into college.
And Kevin, you've been at Fox Valley Tech quite a while, even before I was here. How long have you worked with the Tech?
I've been at the college almost 33 years.
Yeah, 33 years. Mm-hmm. And you have a very critical role with us at the Tech. And, can you tell me a little bit about, from first contact with a potential student to the time they enroll, what does that process look like?
Well, my job is to talk to a student, find out what they're interested in, what they want to gain from college, and then help them pick the right degree. Because we got over 200 degrees at the college. And I want to make sure they get into the right one so that they don't waste their time and money. So we have a long conversation about that. Then I invite everybody to come visit the campus. We've got an amazing campus. We've got a lot of awesome equipment to show off. So I love to get them on campus and really show them what we've got.
Right, and you are actually probably in some of the background of some of our Life on the Farm segments from the Ag Center, because you're always giving tours. So no, I always appreciate that.
I'm out there a lot.
Yep. So what are some of the ways students can contact Fox Valley Tech?
Well, a lot of the first contact we have with students is through our website, or we see them out in the high school, or we get somebody refers them to us. They call the college, and I'm on a team of 9 people, and we get all those referrals coming in, and then we reach out and say, how can we help?
Right, and chances are that the first person someone would talk to interested in Fox Valley Tech is you, or one of your team members.
It'd be myself or one of my team members, absolutely.
Right, so very, very important role. So now everyone has a face for the voice.
Yeah.
So, Kevin, we're actually at the Oshkosh Farm Show today, and you've been attending this forever as well, helping us at the Ag Department, pushing our programs a little bit and describing them. What are some of the conversations you have with people walking through today?
The thing that strikes me the most is the second, third generations that I've seen. I've been coming to the show since it was in Green Bay for a lot of years. And I see a student who graduated, now they're here with their kid. Or I've even seen a third generation, which makes me feel old. But it's just such a nice environment. You see the same people coming back. They were very successful at the college. Now they want their son or daughter to do the same.
Right.
So that's what I take away the most from this.
Right. And in your opinion, what is the importance of coming to trade shows such as this?
This one is so valuable for the agriculture department because there's so many employers here, and most of them are hurting for good workers. So they come by the booth and say, I'm looking for someone who can do this. So I get them to the instructor, and they can promote that. And there's a lot of farm families come by, and non-farm families. And they're walking by, and they may not be thinking college because their son or daughter is a sophomore or a junior, but they see us, and they say, hey, we're going to come up with a plan, and then they stop and talk. So we don't want to be out of sight, out of mind. We want to be part of the whole atmosphere and help people start thinking about it.
Right. So you're not only networking with employers, but also with the students that are interested in coming to Fox Valley Tech.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Invaluable. Thank you so much, Kevin.
You're
I
very
really
welcome.
appreciate your time talking with me today.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having me.
So for Life on the Farm, I'm Jeremy Hansen.
Walking around at the WPS Farm Show, there's a few moments where I go, how did they get that in this building? And here at the Swiderski Equipment Building, that was one of those moments. Melissa, there's a very, very large combine on display here.
There is. It takes quite a few people to make it happen without wrecking anything that's already here, but we make it happen.
Why is it important to show off, certainly your full line of equipment, but some of those really impressive pieces?
Absolutely. The whole goal of us being here is to show the latest and greatest. So we pick the pieces based on technology upgrades, technology available. The Combine's just one of those that's here. We're super happy and proud to have one of, I think it's only 3 in the United States right now, a methane tractor from New Holland. So we're able to show customers what up and coming technology is and what's also available already.
Talk to me more about that tractor. I've seen a lot of people stopping to look and ask questions. How is it powered by methane? What do I need to be able to use this in my operation?
Sure. So it really is just an alternative to the traditional, battery operated unit, same power. But as agriculture focuses more on sustainability, this becomes an option for clean energy, runs on natural gas as well. So in our area, large dairies might have an opportunity if they have digesters to actually bring this into their operation and incorporate it into their their normal business plan.
We had a chance not too long ago on Midwest Farm to chat with you about some driverless solutions that are also being premiered. Refresh our memory about the need for this and why consumers are excited.
Absolutely. The whole basis for technology is labor shortage, right? So as operations grow and the ability to hire becomes more of a challenge, automation and technology really becomes the solution for them. So we take a lot of pride in being a leader in solutions for our customers and being a leader in technology. So we have great partners, New Holland and other companies that help us provide those options and opportunities to customers here.
And comfort is really something that farmers, they don't put enough emphasis on. You know we work long hours, we're in not the best situations always, but your tractors have evolved to the point that you're comfortable. You're no longer having to do a lot of twisting and turning. You have a dashboard that really puts everything they need right at their fingertips.
Absolutely. Driver fatigue is a huge problem and honestly can really hinder production. So if we can make it more comfortable, make them more productive and more efficient, that's our goal. So we want to make it as comfortable, but at the same time as efficient as we can too. It needs to be, it needs to have purpose, not just, for fun and good looks, right?
Yes, and if your kids love video games, they can drive a tractor. That's good news for their career path. And they can probably also fly a drone. Tony Orlando joining me from Eagle Eye Drones. Tony, first time at the WPS show and really an emerging brand in the U.S.
That's correct. I'm a dealer for Bro UAV. I'm one of 2 dealers in the U.S. that I know of, so I'm excited to be here.
Talk to me about the usage of these drones. How can people integrate them into their operation?
Well, I think it's just another tool for the farmers and custom applicators to have, and especially the advantages that you can go on wet fields. You can get things done when you can't get out there with a tractor. There's a lot of advantages to drone spraying.
I was just going to ask, we know that drones are great for photography and monitoring fields. The drones you're selling can actually do seeding, they can do spraying. Is this something that as we look at cover cropping, this is going to become critical to maybe broadcast onto an already growing crop?
Absolutely. I think cover crop is one of the biggest things that is an advantage, and I think a lot of farmers need to look into doing more of it. I think the programs are out there, they should take advantage of it.
It was one of my first questions, no doubt your consumers too. Let's talk about battery life. I think we're making progress, right?
Yes, I think it's constantly evolving, but right now it's doing the job, but I think there's a lot of room for improvement too. So.
Talk about the size operation that can benefit from a drone. I know we've heard a lot of specialty crop growers, Christmas tree producers using them, but now you can handle row crops.
Absolutely. That's the brand that I chose is actually the largest capacity drones in the U.S. And it's a new market because now you can do hundreds of acres a day instead of just acres at a time. We're talking a good amount of capacity.
Your experience here as a first-time vendor at the WPS Farm Show?
It's great. There's a lot of people, and come on out and see what we got to offer.
All right, well, we appreciate you being here, and we appreciate you hosting us in your booth at the WPS Farm Show. It is a chance to see this technology in action. We'll have much more coverage from our stories here on our website, wearegreenbay.com. Just click on the Midwest Farm Weekly tab from the news homepage.
Thank you very much, Melaine. Let's get to the extended forecast now. Looking back at March, it came in like a lamb and out like a lion. We ended up having below average temperatures, above average liquid precipitation, that's rain and melted snow, and the total snowfall for the last month was 25.5 inches in Green Bay, 17 inches over normal. Now, as we look off at the stats list, these are the top 5 snowiest Marches on record. We're nowhere near the top spot, but we're just 6 inches underneath that second spot. We came in at top 3 snowiest March on record, just passing 1989 with 2 feet of snow. Well, as of this season so far, and as of Thursday, we've tallied up 73.5 inches of snow. That's a lot of snow for a winter season because our average is only about 50, and last year at this time we were right around 40 inches of snow. What's the outlook moving forward now as we enter April? Well, looks like above normal precipitation will continue as we continue through April. We hope that our temperatures will continue to go up, so we'll have less snow events and more rainy events. April showers bring May flowers. As a matter of fact, that's what they say. Here's our temperature trend. Yes, a little chilly with some snow chances on Saturday, but as we continue through the forecast, notice how not only our average highs go up from 47 today to 51 by Easter Sunday. Well, we're going to see these temperatures continue up and down around average with some 50s here and there, hoping to continue into April after Easter Sunday with some maybe 60 and 70 degree weather. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you next weekend on Midwest Farm Week.